going to talk about demons again, and I'm going to explain to you why maybe my opinion has changed thanks to you guys. Let's get started. My name is Angie Atkinson, and this channel is all about teaching you what I know to be true. You really can create the life you want. And I offer video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse and take your life to the next level. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab. If that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button. Consider it one step closer to taking your life back. So, you guys know that I welcome a good debate, right? Well, yesterday when I did the video about demons and narcissists, and I stated some pretty strong opinions about that, okay? And just in case you don't want to go back and watch it, my opinion was and is that demons, as I understood demons to exist, didn't exist. And that demons don't exist in the respect of the way I was taught, okay? Now, I also believe that narcissists are just humans with personality disorders. I got some really great comments though, and I'm so excited to share them with you. Okay, so let's do this. This one comes from Fireflower Dancer. What a great name. And she says, your strong opinion in this video isn't going to stop me from watching you, Angie. Let me say thank you for that. I was a little concerned. She said, you're one of the most positive people I found on YouTube, and I love how inspirational you are. Well, that's awesome, and I'm not sharing that just to be like, go Ange, but I just thought that was sweet. Lots of love to you, and to you too, Fireflower Dancer. All right. She says, and I'd like to share my opinions too. I love the way she's sharing her opinions. That story about Nadia, that must have been horrible for her. That was the 18-year-old girl from India who had been abused through a quote unquote exorcism. 10 sessions of Quran readings plus choking, that is just awful. I don't think that story is strong evidence against the idea that spiritual entities at times may influence human behavior, though. I think that's a really good point, especially if those humans actually welcome the power they may receive from working with spirits. I'll try to keep my thoughts succinct here. Number one, she's got her main points. I love this. It's so well organized. Got her main points written out. Number one, there's a difference between the idea that narcissists are actual demons and the claim that they are influenced by or on some level possessed by them. Good point. Number two, from what I've seen of other people's personal experiences in their own YouTube blogs, and the hundreds of comments I've read, many people contemplate the idea not because they themselves are religious or because they feel shame over what their ex or their parent did, but because the person's behavior seems to defy any other explanation, including what we know of human psychology. Now, that I can relate to. Absolutely. That's why I do what I do, you guys. Love that. Okay. Number three, faith healers are often capitalizing on a real problem. And she says just because they may be posers who are in it for the profit does not mean there is not simultaneously an actual spiritual component to the problem. Very interesting point. Number four, there is an intersection between supernatural occurrences and science. It's not necessarily religious beliefs that compel people to contemplate the idea of spiritual influence, but the fact that things are simply beyond what we can interpret in this world in a concrete way, which, by the way, is what I said in my video specifically. I said that I didn't say the part about intersection between spiritual and science, and I believe that she's absolutely correct on that. But then she says, the part where she says it's the fact that they were trying to understand, basically. I said in my video that they were trying to understand something, and that is why they told the stories about demons, gods and goddesses, and things like that. Number five, if demons do exist, and if in fact at times humans are influenced by them, this in no way means we should stop pursuing proper medical treatment to the best of our ability. She says the two problems, chemical imbalance and psychological disturbance, and spiritual influence, can exist simultaneously. One is simply more concrete and easier for humans to understand than the other. Okay, girl, you got me. I totally agree with you. Absolutely 100%. Okay, hold on. I got to read her conclusion. This is great. She says the behavior of narcissists and other cluster Bs goes beyond a medical problem or mental illness. I agree. She says it goes to the core of who they are as a person, and at times the powers slash energy sources and or they choose to ally themselves with. She says mental illness is not a moral problem, but malignant narcissism is. They choose to do the things they do on a daily basis. If you don't believe in good and evil, then it makes sense that you wouldn't believe in good and evil entities beyond what humans can fully perceive. But people have believed in worlds and entities that are outside of our full understanding since the beginning of humanity. She's right. Agree with like everything she says. There it is. So if in that respect, okay. Okay, if that's how we're going to define demons, and if that's how I totally 100% absolutely agree with this person whose name on YouTube again is, let me show you, Fireflower Dancer. I don't know if she has videos, but she has 28 subscribers, so go over and subscribe to her because she's a smart girl. All right, now, while we're here, we might as well look at these other awesome comments I got, shall we? Let's see here. Dawn. She says they are masters of manipulation and mind control. Absolutely. Oh, and Dawn has 122 subscribers, y'all. Hook her up. Go over and give her a little sub too while you're there. All right. Diana Nandor says, I've been waiting for this video. Demons, indeed, destroyers of souls. Okay, Diana. I gotta say, now that I've heard Fireflower Dancer's theory, I'm with you. They're demons. All right. And let's see here. So, hold on. I'm gonna scroll on down. Dawn again, what the F is a demon? What does Webster say? She says a demon might be super pissed being called a narc. Girl, you are so right. And Brad McEwen says, Dawn, I think you're onto something there. A true demon would scoff at predictable child's play, a universal trait narcopath displays. It's only a boundaryless enabling that permits the game. I should know I was a great supply. I feel you, Brad. All right. And then we have Kelly B, who says, narcissists are personality disordered. However, the narcissist behaviors are of a demonic nature. I agree with that. There are demonic attachments to individuals and true evil. If you haven't encountered it, you wouldn't believe it. Pandora's box is opened with the narcissist when you wake up. Okay, I can dig that. Diana says they should be called what they really are, dementors in skin suits. Yup. I can dig that too, girl. Okay, and then Candy Turner says they are truly not. Everything they do is calculated. It's sick. Agree. Agree that they are calculated, and agree that as the way that I understood the concept of demons before. Right. Okay. All right, and then Revive Wellness says covert narcissists are indeed demons. Pink Lady says, I believe they may or may not be consciously in agreement with demons. Okay, I can dig that. She also says, Pink Lady also says, spiritual warfare on all levels, mental, physical, spiritual, is all correlated or correlates. Okay, I can dig that too. All right. Malta McMurphy, my bad, McMurchie, says, I'm on the side of psychology, Angie. Girl, you are way too sweet. I certainly don't think you will, and I hope you don't catch hell for anything in your video. You're smart, confident, and I stand by your side. Thank you, my love. Thank you. In your belief, because it's also my belief, and quite honestly, judging from the comments, it doesn't look like you have anything to be concerned about. You're grounded in reality and make a truly awesome life coach. Thank you. I sincerely appreciate that one. And this name, which I cannot pronounce, says Agovius Tchaikovsky, says, you should have posted this. Absolutely. Gave me a heads up to another channel to avoid. Was not trying to call out any other YouTubers, y'all. Do not do that. That's why I never mentioned any names when I said I've seen other YouTubers say things like this. All right. Sue Bruce says, I do not, Angie Atkinson. If they are demons, can we choke them? Ha ha ha. Love it. No, not really. I would never hurt anybody physically. All right. But it's a funny joke. Conchetta Bliss says, thanks for another great one. My ex was evil, standing over me when I was asleep. Yeah, that's creepy. Saying crazy things over me. When I woke up, he covered my face with a pillow, then told me he was sorry, sick. I will not let him back in my life. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Tia says, I have firsthand dealt with narcissistic individuals, and as an empath, which they are definitely prime candidates for spiritual attachments from lower level demons, although not all people with mental illness are possessed. When I got close to one narcissistic ex-friend, she would say, my voices told me to curse and swear at you, and I can't stop them. Make of it what you will, but she got mad at me. Her voice changed into a deep male voice. All I know is when you have a higher vibration and boundaries and you are spiritually aware, they stay away from you. Maybe that's the thing with me. Maybe I'm spiritually aware and I have higher boundaries. Demons are very real, believe me, and the lower level demons like to cause chaos and destruction. The Christian concept of angels and demons isn't quite as black and white as we might have been taught to believe. Either way, I don't tolerate anything negative in my environment, so I cut out as soon as I can when I realize, okay. So I'm with you on the cutting contact when you realize what you're up against. I'm with you on the higher vibration and the boundaries. I am with you on being an empath. I have explored lots of different types of spirituality. I respect lots of different types of spirituality. I do not ever openly claim any particular, well, openly or otherwise, claim a particular spirituality. I'm not really going to talk about that right now. But what I will tell you is I've never experienced having a person in my presence being possessed. I cannot speak to what that would be like. I have never experienced lower level demons except on television shows. So I don't know what that experience is. I respect your information and your experience, and I'm interested in knowing more about it. I've never experienced that before. Tina McHenry says, "You're awesome, girl. Thanks for all you do. Love and light. Love and light back to you, honey." Amy Cheryl says, or is it Sherelle? Amy, tell me, I don't know. She says, "I say mine is. His name means demon in Latin." Love it. Bearcat, is it like Damon or something? Bearcat says, "I believe the concepts of demons could have very well been derived from contact with narcissistic people." Now, there's something. That's interesting. There do seem to be a lot of demonic type of caricatures. However, there is nothing supernatural, just a lot of hatred and lust inside of them. That's kind of the way I see it. But I do agree with the concept of what Fireflower Dancer said, which is more in line with my personal beliefs as well. Natanya Rain says, "Thanks, Angie. The narcissist behaviors are sometimes so nasty that finding an explanation for what they do ends up with labels like demonic possession. Sick people are sick people, not demons." Okay, exactly. I'm with you on that. And I also agree, with I guess it just depends on how you explain the concept because that my logical self tells me that it's a big excuse, that it's a bunch of bullshit. But the way that Fireflower Dancer explained it, I dig it. Okay. Sarah Lee says, "No, Ange, you're totally right in your opinion, I believe. People have to rise past ancient superstition and dicky beliefs. How crazy. We've got to have coffee one day, Chicky, in person. I feel like you'd have me in stitches on the floor. You have such an A1 personality. Thanks for you and all you do. Much love." Much love right back to you, honey. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Sharizzle Fob says, "That would be great if a lot of them did not practice practice witchcraft. In fact, what they do is what the Bible describes as being witchcraft. My narcissistic father does practice witchcraft and is in a secret society." That is very interesting. I'm very interested in knowing more about your secret society situation or your father's secret society situation. Like, what kind of secret society are we talking about? Are we talking about like the Illuminati or something? I don't even know if that's really a thing, but we're not trying to talk about all that here. But I am interested in knowing what you think about that. All right. All right. Miss Carrie Reinhardt here. Let's see what she has to say. She says, "I majored in psychology and human behavior, and you stated the most important argument that any individual will learn if they study in any areas of human behavior, which is our history clearly shows that people implemented explanations and diagnosis for mental illness to the best of their abilities, given the information, knowledge, and understanding they had at the time." She says, "We have progressed greatly in the scientific areas in regard to human behavior. And we should understand that narcissistic people are not demons. This is really just backward thinking." I totally agree, Carrie. I totally, absolutely, 100%. Okay, so, and Malta McMurtry agrees with Carrie as well. Uh, TV Raiders says demons and narcs are assholes. Yeah, they totally are, right? But seriously, they're not just assholes, obviously. But he or she says, demons are real. There are different levels or types, but narcs aren't demons. They know the difference from right and wrong. I believe that to be true as well. They just don't care about anyone's feelings. They are assholes. Sure, they have internal issues, but they know exactly what to do. Otherwise, narcs wouldn't have a cow when you treat them badly. I'm only laughing because I had a Bart Simpson image in my head right then. All right. D.D. Neary says, what do you say about those narcs that lack remorse for doing wrong to others and continue to do evil to children on purpose? I say they are probably psychopathic or sociopathic when they're doing things to children on purpose. They don't see the children as people, they see them as extensions of themselves. They don't really believe the children are real people. So, okay, Karen Silverberg says, cool video, Angie Atkinson. Narcissism shows up on brain scans. This is what I was talking about, y'all. She says, narcissism shows up on brain scans as a specific brain abnormality. There is a consistent brain abnormality for it. That's what I was saying. Another brain abnormality for schizophrenia, another brain abnormality for bipolar, another brain abnormality for depression, another brain abnormality for addiction, and so on. And I don't know if y'all know this, but the one for addiction is the same one that makes us addicted to the narcissist. Yep, I talked about that in another video. I'll try to remember to link it for you, but if not, just search my channel. Okay. Sue B says, I don't believe in demons. Narcissists are struggling with a mental illness, and that hurts me because we get told to go no contact if we can because they don't believe there is anything wrong with them. I feel for my ex because everyone leaves him after a short relationship. I wanted to stay and support him, but he's a bit of a ladies' man, and I just can't cope with that. I don't blame you, girl. We had some amazing times, which I really miss. I've heard some terrible stories of how he's treated women, but he hasn't been so bad with me. I just need to shake off the feeling of guilt for abandoning him. It just won't go away. He knows he flirts and likes many female friends and exes around, which I hate. He says he understands me not liking it and accepts our split, but sends me messages and wants me back. I'm confused. I know he's stalked other girlfriends in the past. He keeps tabs on me. I don't like to think he's suffering alone. I don't want to abandon him like everyone else. Please, can you help straighten my thoughts out for me? He says he doesn't do things to hurt me on purpose. My friend says he's just trying to manage his mental illness. They need people to feed off. I obviously don't want him feeding off me, but I feel like I'm abandoning a puppy. A real nasty bitch is how I'm feeling. Probably comes from my past looking after a bipolar mother. Yep. I felt sorry for her and couldn't abandon her. I'm sorry some people treated extremely badly by narcissists. I'm sorry for some people treated extremely badly by narcissists. Mine wasn't so high on the scale, just a dick with women. Emotionally detached, critical, blaming, but not as bad as some. I don't know what to do. He says he doesn't laugh like he used to. We had a connection and we did laugh a lot. I just miss him. He's in his 50s. I know he has been with very young girls before, which worries me. I would be disowned by my family if I got back with him, so I know I can't do that. I guess I just need my thoughts straightened out and to shake my nagging doubts. I loved him so much and I still do, but why? He's convincing me when he says he loves me. I can't believe he didn't. He said he'll wait forever for me. I feel like shit. This guy is hoovering you, honey. He's hoovering you. He's trying to suck you back in. He's doing the narcissistic injury thing, making you feel sorry for him. Please don't fall for this. This is hoovering. It's a common move, and of course you had amazing times. Of course you did, but I promise you, if he cheated on you before, he's gonna cheat on you again. He just will. If he was distant and detached and unemotional and refused to connect with you, that's going to continue. You're only going to get the good stuff as long as he thinks he might have a chance of not getting you back. As soon as he thinks you're back in his clutches again, he's going to jump back in fast. Please don't fall for this. It's hoovering. Wendy Johnson says, I still love you, Angie, but I do have to disagree about the demons, but only in their experience. As a Christian, we are aware of demons and how they work. They are known to possess, but only in certain circumstances. Possessing a narcissist for the purpose of being evil is not one of them. If they were to possess a narcissist, their behavior would be more on the loving side. They like to work in stealth, so they won't be detected. They are more apt to work in the faith healer that you describe. Interesting. Which is not Christianity, by the way. Okay, that's an opinion that is an opinion of my viewer, not of me. I am not stating any opinions on religion today. Okay? She says, but I also understand where some people might believe that narcs are possessed. It is a way to cope with the change in behavior that a victim sees. Totally feel you there. it's an explanation that some may grasp to. That's what I've been saying all along. Veritas Liberat Vos says, personality disordered people. I would not say they are demons. They are worse than assholes. I agree. I can only say a couple of people I've come across would fall under the category of demon possessed. There is a very big difference. The whole atmosphere was dark, and to say the hairs on the back of my neck were standing up, I felt them before I ever saw them. I can dig that. Personality disordered people, especially narcissists, they know what they are doing. A lot is premeditated, planned, and they get enjoyment from doing these things to people. Yes, I agree. I agree. I agree. Jillian says, I think it's absolutely fantastic to get the dialogue going on such a controversial topic. However, I also agree that asking whether or not the narcissist is demon possessed takes focus off what victims can do to get safe and remain safe and to heal. The whole demon possessed inquiry, while interesting, is susceptible to opening the door to a line of reasoning which seeks to appoint blame on some third party entity rather than a narcissist. That's what I was saying. It is a shame that they cannot be exorcised through strangulation, but that would be illegal anyway, even if it did work, right? That's funny. She says, do I believe in that there are demonic influences? She says, yes, I do. But I think that we are in dangerous territory if we are to blame anyone but the narcissist for his or her actions. I agree. In my own experience, the narcissist's mother claimed to be a witch. I cannot deny that there was a very heavy feeling of oppression in the air, which permeated every air of the house. Yeah, that's common. I do believe in the principalities and powers, but I do not believe that we should negate the fact that the narcissist chooses to behave in destructive ways. Science for an explanation of demonic possession. What is the science, basically, I think she's saying, for the explanation of demonic possession? It is my belief that narcissists are devoid of normal conscience and mostly incapable of empathy. I agree with that. That could open the door to them being influenced by demonic forces. I realize that is completely controversial, and I would not force that belief on anybody. She says, however, just as I believe that empathic people tend to carry the light and love of God within them, I also believe that evil doing people do open themselves to demonic influences. It is the law of attraction thing, but applied to behavior. Those who do good open themselves to receive positive energy, light, and love from the universe. And those who do bad open themselves up to receive oppression, darkness, and hate. I totally agree. Totally. Jillian says, very interesting topic, Angie. Thank you, love. She says, yes, I believe that it was necessary, but I'm so grateful that you identified the real danger, and that the real danger, which is victims getting stuck in a pattern of looking for answers rather than focusing on their own safety and healing. Feel me? Feel her? I do. Information warfare says the government does spy on some people, though. Not the same as someone saying they have a demon haunting them. You're right, and I was not implying that. Okay, well, I mean, I don't know if you're right, but I know that I've heard you're right. Because I'm not, yeah. Anyway, Michael McConnell says, read this Bible verse. Jezebel's spirit has taken over all narcs, which is why they are so evil. Okie dokie. Demonic, absolutely. No conscience, no empathy equals no soul. Okay, Michael. I respect your opinion and your Bible verse that you referred us to, which, if anyone's interested, is 2 Timothy 3. Felicity, hold on. Felicitations, what a cute name, says, what a great topic. I wondered jokingly if a few times if that was not the case, not that I am particularly religious. I am agnostic now. There was a time when I would pray to God to touch his heart. It never happened. We would go to church and he would sit and whisper to me about people's clothes and shoes. When the pastor asked if anybody needed prayer, I ended up crying at the pulpit, and when I came back to my seat, he would have a smirk on his face. His expression would be demonic, and when he laughed at me for crying, he said something horrible, or when he picked a fight on my birthday, dropped me off at home, and went out without me. No matter how much I prayed, everything just seemed to continue to get worse. My mother and I adopted a nickname for him, Satan. I never particularly liked the idea of demonic possession because it took responsibility off his shoulders. That's exactly what Jillian was saying. His mother was Roman Catholic and devout. I don't know how she explained his behavior to herself. Like his father, he targeted her with devastating put-downs and cutting remarks about her intellect and sanity. Eventually, she developed cancer and passed away about a year and a half ago. It took me several therapists and many years to come to the conclusion about what he is, but the shoe fits perfectly. There is no other way to describe him. I tried to label him bipolar and even bought lithium water to slip into his drinks. Wow, I didn't even know there was such a thing. If this, of course, failed, he would continue in the cycle. He did a lot of things that bipolar people do, like he was irresponsible with money and would go on shopping sprees for new Jordans instead of paying the mortgage or rent. Let the gas get turned off, spending the money I'm going out to eat while he was love bombing the next chick. Checks from my personal checking account were written. Oh my gosh, this guy goes on and on. This is crazy. Yeah, well, don't feel guilty for kicking anyone while anyone's down, honey, because, yeah, I don't think you did that. I think that was clearly his own choice. Go for it, Randy says. Demons are real. Wake up. Beliefs are just thoughts. Reality is all that matters. And I have over 60 plus videos showing beings from other dimensions on videos. People are so blind to reality. I take videos and photographs of beings from other dimensions 365 days a year. Dude, that's interesting. I'm really interested in that. So I will be checking out your channel. Thank you. Crystal Camp says, I don't believe there is a demon, but I don't believe he is a demon, but has demon qualities. Right, exactly. He could be sweet as pie one day, treat you like dog crap another. Yeah, totally, girl. I totally. Yeah. Sue says she agrees possession has that whole devil made me do it, no behavioral responsibility. Right, exactly. That's my point. And then Jim Bob Lovely says narcissists can't suffer from a mental illness because there's no treatment for them. They make others suffer so they never have to. If it's any kind of a disorder, it's a moral disorder. Okay, okay, I can dig that. I think technically it's classified as a personality disorder, but I agree that there are definitely moral implications all over the place with narcissism, and I agree with you that they definitely do things that are wrong often, and they know it. Yes, and then they try to not take responsibility, which is what infuriates most of us the most, I think. All right, Brad says, I think we've all been there, blaming demons, evil spirits, or any other explanation why a person would project such a disorder. Yeah, our minds would then justify a reason. I think it's more organic learned behavior. And yes, those brain scans that show thinning and underdeveloped empathy producing centers in brain while data collecting areas enlarged. A perfect storm to produce a cunning, manipulating, entitled cluster B, pursuing their own selfish agenda with zero human connection, different degrees of pathology, and a never ending survival lust for, well, good old supply. It's not really even a personal attack, as you are a faceless, meaningless tool till broken, then casually replaced. That is an excellent way to describe it, sir. Totally agree. All right, so that's what I've got for you guys today. What do you think? Obviously, you have strong, amazing, smart opinions. I love this discussion and I want to thank you for it. I learned a lot and I'm totally going to check out all of your channels, everyone who is YouTubing right now. So thank you. Thank you for being a part of my community. Thank you for being a part of my soul family, a part of my life. Thank you for all of this. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. It really means a lot to me. All right. I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Thanks so much. See you soon. Later, sooner, later. Probably sooner. I'm out. It's my mission to teach others what I know to be true. You really can create the life you want. Take care of your body. Take care of your soul. Nurture the real you and introduce him or her to the world. Be comfortable in your own skin and in your place in this world. Take your spot. Take it now. And the universe will take its cue from you. You feel me? If so, subscribe to my channel. Let's get it done together.